Welcome to Motivational Moment. I'm Coach Rosa Smith-Montanaro, your training and workshop coordinator with RochesterWorks. Every week we share a short coaching mini session with you to get you moving forward, to keep you motivated. And I'm excited about this series. It's been on updating your resume, helping hopefully to motivate you to do so. This week's topic is about volunteering. You know, volunteering is a great way to build a resume. We have had lots of gaps over the last couple of years, and you know, everyone has gaps on their resume. It's pretty normal now, it's common. So I want to give you just a few short tips on how to use volunteering to update your resume. So the first reason is, and thing to think about, is how do you fill that gap? What type of gap do you currently have? Where is it on your resume? Is it the first most recent job? Is it further along? Is it break things up? You want to fill the gap with volunteering if possible. And you want to do it as a way to demonstrate your relevant experience, a skill set that you have that relates and transfers nicely into where you're going. So think about areas and opportunities that you've used in the past to volunteer and how you could demonstrate that on your resume, or if you have not, how to add them in now. If you're an IT person, maybe you volunteer for a nonprofit group or a small group and you take over their website or you manage their social media. Maybe you coordinate some events and you publicize it digitally. And it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. This could be a few hours of your time, and you could use this to fill the gap, to demonstrate your skills, to show relevant experience. Now, those are some really great reasons in themselves on how to use volunteering. But another thing to think about when you're volunteering is it is an opportunity to make strong connections, people who know your skill set, who really like working with you, and what you're going to do is ask them to be references for you or recommendations on LinkedIn. You know, people are often very, very complimented when you ask them to be for a recommendation, or you ask them to be a reference. And you would coach them along a little bit. You'd say, would you mind speaking to my ability to do this? You know, they say, oh, good, you're here today. I love when you're here. It's always easier because you're so good with, you know, spreadsheets and Excel, and you're always so helpful with making sure all the numbers line up. Great. When it's time to ask for a recommendation or a reference, you say, would you mind speaking to that? Would you mind giving me a little short testimonial on LinkedIn? And you could prompt them along. And a lot of times, people's best recommendations are from their volunteer experience. The other reason that's helpful in utilizing volunteering as a resume builder is that you now have the opportunity to network, right? Networking with an employer. These people all have jobs who are in the organization you're volunteering for, and the people you're volunteering with will get jobs. And so you can actually utilize this experience to network really well. You know, I used to work closely with volunteer coordinators in a role that I had previously. And do you know how many volunteer coordinators work with HR? And when HR has an opening, they go to the volunteer coordinator to find out if somebody is actually interested in employment. And so it's a great place, a way to be seen. It's a good way to be visible. It's an opportunity to put something on your resume that's somebody is recognizing, and it's also allowing you to understand the proper keywords that you want to add to your resume that's utilized within that environment, within that role. You know, in some roles they're saying, you know, we need to triage a problem. Somewhere else it could be to avert a crisis. And somewhere else it could be just to manage, you know, situations. They all have their own keywords, and you want to understand the keywords and add them into your resume from your volunteering. And I want you to think of ways you can illustrate this on your resume. So under, let's say, its own heading, volunteering, professional affiliations, or community involvement, depending on what you want to label it, you're going to name the organization. You're going to give yourself a job title because you did have a function. What is the function? And you are going to then give an example of what you've done, some action result statements. It could look very similar to your work history, or it could just be a blurb about what you've done. And the cool thing about that is the applicant tracking system will pick up on the keywords. The HR person will see the relevancy, and it will really look great on a resume. You can use volunteering as a resume builder. I strongly encourage you to do it. It's good for you, for your emotional intelligence. It's good for you to be part of a community. It's good for part of our social wellness. It's healthy to volunteer. I hope you do this. I hope you consider it. Please engage in our services. Visit us for workshops, RochesterWorks.org. Give me a comment what you thought of this. Let us know how you've used volunteering as a resume builder and how it's worked out for you. I'd love to hear from you. If you are on YouTube watching this, subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up and like the video. Share it with your friends. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.